Okay, welcome to Palm Laboratory by Portal Dragon, and this is a remake in a different setting with more rules of Palm Island. I love Palm Island, and I built a PNP for it, and also bought the Kickstarter version. Because it took so long and it now arrived at an inopportune moment, I made Palm Laboratory the PNP with a plus edition, because I colored in all these cards and they have this light, a very readable feel. That I actually wanted it, and the funny thing is that there were so many people who requested to download this file. So apparently this design choice spoke to many people, which I'm of course happy to provide. This set is just a stick, but that is because the cards are very thick and sturdy. So yeah, that's what I built, and this is what you get. It's one of my well, it is the first tin box, and I'm not very much in love with tin boxes. I think the lines, the ridges are too deep to safely take this out. The first thing that you do is, of course, use a round cutter on the rulebook. The cards are okay. They are not linen finish. They are like the quality of Zrivia cards, if that means something. As you can see, the color is much more wild and very American. So bright red, bright yellow, complementary colors like purple, pink. So I immediately felt like, okay, maybe one day I will go and play this, but there are several playthroughs and you can watch those. So for the rounder cutter, yeah, it's easy to rounder cut on the sides. It helps with taking out the booklet, because as you can see, it will otherwise stick, and you would have to use force to take it out, and now you can easily take it out. I didn't have a rounder cutter for the edges, so that's why they look a little bit ugly, but yeah, it's at least manageable. Thank God for being in serif. So every designer should at least consider selecting a serif font, and not sans serif, in rulebooks. Everything that you print, there is 400 years of optimization since the Gutenberg press. People have been experimenting with typesetting, and serif is the way to go. So if you, it's a little bit of a rant, but if you have a book or that is in sans serif, it's just a pain to read. A good example is, for example, where is it? Raiders of the Dark Sea, for example. This is in sans serif. It's just it's fatiguing to read page after page after page. So the next book, Wrath of Ragnarok, is finally again in serif, and as was book 2. I just didn't expect to have this book in sans serif, or otherwise I would have asked and would not have bought it. So yeah, maybe I'll sell this book. Enough of ranting about serif. Sans serif is okay, but and then use a thick font size. So take care of readability if you want to produce something. Okay, many things to show you. This one is from yeah, Jigsaw Sudokus. One of the things, but how do you say, guilty pleasure? So Krazydad has made a lot of these PDFs, and you can print them out. And if you have a good printer like my Epson printer, which is perfect for books, you can select books size, and there you have a nice little book. And these Sudokus are very, very nice to do, and I'll donate a few bucks once I'm done with this. What's more? There's much more. Isaludo. Again, I also printed this with my Epson printer. Not perfectly bound, I admit. But this is 10 modern solo games using a standard card deck. I also bought a standard card deck for $2 at the Lidl. And I decided that I wanted to have spine text because it is a lot of pages, 52 pages. Yeah, it has all these games. As I showed in a previous video, I did a playthrough of Penguin, and also La Belle Lucie is a very nice game. Their original solitaire games were not good, but things have improved, and you can play entire RPGs if you like. There are other sources with 10, 20 RPGs. So this is a nice project for if you have nothing else except a deck of cards. Then you can take this out. Okay, what's more? Look is some kind of yeah, it's a 2-level puzzle game book, where first you have to derive the rules and then solve the puzzle. That sounds very complicated, but yeah, you have to cross out these things. Now if you look at this, then my immediate reflex was to use a crayon, and in the Netherlands this is called a box of ticks. So no 8-legged critters here, but this is you want to use crayons, right, for this to color in those little cubes. This is in fact, yeah, if you treat it like that, and by printing it, you have a legacy style thing that you destroy after use, or just keep as a sweet memory after use. So there are also playthroughs on YouTube, so I'm not going to go through all these puzzles. There is a digital version, but this is the analog version, and you can also buy the analog version to support the creator or whatever if you're too lazy. I also made here a spine, text spine, so I can find it when it is in my bookshelf. I also made a little red thing. I weave my card pages, so this is what I got left over, and this is how far I got last night. So it is quite addictive so far, but I would. Yeah, there is not much time to go through everything, but I would use a crayon to cross out with a specific color, say green, the LOK things, and what the LOK things give you the right to. That is any what? Oh yeah, any unblacked cell. So there, you're blacking out cells, and when you black out cells, so you can color them fully, if you know what I mean. And then you can use a separate second color for example here you have LOK, so you cross out one of these blank spots, and here LOK to cross out the other blank spot. And then if you blacked out everything, there's nothing left. That is what I suppose the solution of the game. You cannot black out twice. And there's something about adjacency which I want to highlight here. So what you see first here is this in this puzzle is that you maybe you're supposed to also count diagonal adjacency. That is not the case. You don't need this rule for diagonal to solve this puzzle. So you are, how do you say, by cases, solving cases, you are making assumptions about how the puzzle rules actually are. And in the back of the book, the actual rules are written out, so you can check if you understood it correctly. And the puzzles themselves, they are nice to do. Some are harder than others, but yeah, they're logical, so you know what you're getting into. Bye. Highly